Hey girl, today we're going to focus on financial stewardship and how to create a monthly budget. If you have stress and anxiety when it comes to money, I want to help you alleviate some of that, and creating a monthly budget will help you do this because you're going to have a system and you're going to go from not knowing where your money is going, overdrafting your account, and spending more than you make to having a system that gives you peace of mind and gets your finances in order. So let's get into this video. Okay, so here I have my budget planner, and I'm just going to do an example. We're going to do a budget plan for someone who is single. She doesn't have any kids. She does get paid bi-weekly. And so we're going to start out with her income. So she gets paid $2,100 every 2 weeks. So I'm going to put paycheck 1, $2,100. And then I'm going to put paycheck 2, $2,100. Okay, so one thing that I always recommend is that you have 2 separate checking accounts, one for your bills and one for your spending. So for her, when she gets paid, these paychecks are going to be direct deposited into her bill checking account. So that's going to be $4,200 that she makes monthly. Okay, so this budget planner separates expenses from needs and wants. So her rent is $1,650 a month. Her utilities are $250 a month. She spends about $400 on groceries each month. Her car note is $450. She has student loans, and they are about $250 each month. Car insurance, and that is $100 per month. She also gives each month $210. And this last thing is the ultimate tip. When you are doing a budget, it is so important that you include a miscellaneous buffer. And what this is this is a catch-all for those variable expenses or just things that are randomly going to come up throughout the month that you didn't necessarily plan for. What I like to do is just include an additional amount of money in my budget so that my bill account never hits zero. I put $200 for her buffer, and this is going to protect her for those unexpected expenses or those variable expenses that she goes over on. She may spend a little bit more than $400 on groceries, so it's just important that she has that buffer in the account to catch that. Next, we're going to move on to wants. And these are expenses that you don't necessarily need to live, but they're things that you want to do. The first thing I'm going to do is she gets her hair done once a month. She gets a silk press every month, and that's going to be $125. I'm also going to add a spending money fund. Anything that she just wants to randomly spend money on when she's out, I'm going to add a fund here for that too. And that's going to be $150. And she likes to eat out and have dinner with her friends. So I'm going to put a dining out fund. That's going to be $100. So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add all these expenses up. I'm going to add up all the needs, and then I'm going to add up all the wants. Then I'm going to add them together right here so that I can get the total amount of all the expenses together. I got $3,510 for the needs. All right, I got $375 for the wants. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is add up the wants and needs. I'm going to do $375 plus $35.10, and that comes up to $3,885. Okay, so now that we know that her expenses are $3,885, we are then going to subtract these expenses from her total income for the month. And so that's going to be $4,200 minus $3,885. So after subtracting the expenses from her income, she has $315 left. And so she has the option to actually plan out her goals for the month. She could have several goals or she could just have one goal. And so her goal specifically is that she wants to save this month. And so she's going to put savings here. And that entire $315 she's going to put into her savings. Okay, so now that we have done the entire monthly breakdown, now we can start talking about, okay, so what are we going to do every single paycheck? So when she gets paid, her check is automatically going to go into her bill account. That same day that she gets paid, she can automatically send herself her spending money and her dining money to her personal checking account. So what I would do is I would take that $150, split it in half, and send $75 to herself when she gets paid. For the dining fund, I would also send $50 to myself for my dining fund. And so that means that I would have about $125 each pay period to spend or to eat out with. All her other bills are going to stay in that bill account so that she doesn't accidentally spend it. When it comes to her savings, what she could do is divide that in half as well. And she could transfer $157.50 when she gets paid the first time. And then she'll transfer another $157.50 to her savings when she gets paid the second time. And this is how she can maintain a paycheck routine of making sure that she pays herself and that she also pays her savings. So I just want to do a quick recap of the budget we just did and just share some payday routine tips that you can implement to make sure, one, that you stick to your budget, and two, that your budget is helping you and not hindering you. One thing that will definitely help you stick to your budget is, like I discussed, having separate accounts, having a bill account and a checking account to separate your expenses from your spending money. Have your check deposited straight into your bill account and then transfer yourself the amount of spending money that you have budgeted to your personal account. And secondly, this is one of the most important things to making sure that your budget is working for you, that it is helping you and not hindering you. Making sure that you include a miscellaneous cushion in the budget to be able to give you more room to work with if you have unexpected expenses. For my household, we have unexpected expenses all the time. You don't want to budget down to the very last dollar and not include a cushion because you're not accounting for life. So make sure you include a cushion in your budget. If you liked the planner that I was using, I will link that planner in my description box below. And also, if you need help with your budget and you would like for me to do a breakdown or video using your numbers, you can always email me at faithmeetsgoals@gmail.com and I can help you put together a monthly budget that works for you. If this is your first time watching my channel, my name is Tashana and I make faith-based content where I talk about kingdom principles from the Bible, self-development, but I also discuss finance like this video. And so I hope that you stick around and subscribe. I will be sure to link my financial stewardship playlist to this video so that you can watch some other videos similar to this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful and I hope that you have a great day.